Welcome everyone, my name is Brendan Snyder, thank you for joining me. So recently I did a review on an AC/DC book called Treasures that had a whole bunch of memorabilia and stuff inside it, and I actually have another one, this one on Led Zeppelin, and so I wanted to take a review or a look at this today, and I thought we could get into it and check it out. And right off the bat, you can see that the cover of it's got glossiness versus matte, and what I really like is the title of it here. This is all done in black velvet. It may be hard to see on the screen, but that's what that is there. And here's the back side of it, and if you don't know much about Led Zeppelin, they got their start as the new Yardbirds, having taken over from the Yardbirds themselves, which went through a number of guitar players like Eric Clapton, Jeff Beck, and ultimately Jimmy Page. And then the other members came into it, and so becoming the Yardbirds in '68, but ultimately releasing their first album in 1969 under the name Led Zeppelin. And they released a total of 8 studio albums while they were an active band. They did release one additional posthumous album, Coda, but that was a collection of unreleased material, and they had one live album they released while they were an active band, which came from the movie The Song Remains the Same. Of course, since that time, they've released a bunch of other stuff like the BBC sessions and other live albums and stuff. Ultimately, they broke up in 1980, and since that time, they have sold more than 300 million albums around the world, and 111 million just in the US. So I mean, absolutely tremendous. This book originally came out in 2012 and it was about 40 bucks. Went out of print, but it did get reissued in 2019, so you can still get this. And then here's the spine of this. And there's the backside showing you all the cool memorabilia and whatnot and a little synopsis. And the book is in this hard cardboard slipcase and it just slides right out. So we're gonna take a look at that. There's the back side of it. So if we open this thing up, we actually get all of the guys. There we go. You can see the whole thing like that. And I'll spin this around and we'll start to take a look inside it. So here's the interior of this, and on the inside spine, we do get this poster right away in here. So let me put that down and open this up so you can take a look at this poster. There's some really great large scale, cool posters. Look at that one there. Love the old writing and everything on it. Put that down, and we'll get back into the book. And so cool thing is it goes through their whole history, as you can see in the contents there. They cover it album by album, the different members and things like that. There's a lot of really great images in this thing. It's a great history book, if nothing else, but it also does come with the cool memorabilia, and it's in these sleeves like this one here. They're separate and loose from the pages, so you can move them around to read easily. And I'm going to pull this stuff out here and I'll show you what it is. This one here has a couple concert tickets in it, and it's also got a couple cool like playbills and things like little posters that would have gone up, and then they've got this one here, which is another cool one, and I like it because it looks like it's aged. It's maybe a little hard to see in there, but you can see it's got like water staining and stuff on it and creases and whatnot. Another item that's in here that's cool, it's got Polaroid in it, and they're double-sided the way they're printed. So while this isn't like a real Polaroid, it does have all of that quality to it. And then, you know, keep going through this thing, and you can see here, you know, the first Led Zeppelin album, right, covering Jimmy Page, right, Led Zeppelin 2, and it just keeps going through until we get to the next thing of memorabilia that's here. Let's pull this stuff out and see what we got. Oh, this is really cool here. Cool backstage pass. I just love the artwork from the late 60s, early 70s. They just don't do stuff like that anymore, in my opinion, or hardly ever. But cool, again, double-sided tickets and things like that. Okay, another really cool old concert poster, or flyer at least. And let's look at this poster here. Very cool. Okay. And if I can get it out, there is another Polaroid. I think there's a Polaroid in each one of these Robert Plant there, and again, double-sided, so pretty cool. I think if we go through this thing, we're gonna see a Polaroid from each one. And so I'm gonna just jump right to the next pocket of memorabilia, since that's what we're here really to look at. Falls under the 1974 category. And this one here does have John Paul Jones there. And again, just so you can see, it is the double-sided. Here we go, cool. Song remains the same. Ticket, premiere. And then we've got some other stuff. We've got this, says it's a show souvenir. And I guess it's like tour program was early on. You can see someone has, 3 of the members signed, actually all 4 signed it. So kind of cool that they were able to get a hold of a reproduction like that had somebody who signed it. So not just, you know, straight clean copies, they're reproducing them as the stuff actually is. And again, just to show you some of the cool images and pictures and stuff. And then we get to the next pocket of memorabilia here. And this one, another great double-sided ticket in it. In my opinion, you can never have too much of this stuff. It's, you know, I guess after a while it's sort of like, you know, how many tickets, how many concert posters and things like that can you have? But, you know, I'd rather have 10 different things than 5 different things. So it's like, go ahead and give it to me kind of stuff. I'll take it. I just think it's cool to look back at this sort of stuff. Obviously, I'm too young to have gone to these things outright. So to get to see this stuff like this, I think is really cool. And, you know, most fans who didn't get to experience them first time around, I think would agree. And that's why books like this are very successful. Does go all the way up through Coda, which is really cool. It doesn't cover those later day albums, like I said, like the BBC sessions and things like that. But it does do their full history. This piece is probably my favorite in here, even though it's just a little cardboard stand-up. You know, it's a double-sided piece and it does have a little flap on the back that I can bend out. I've never done it, but to make it stand up, and you know, it comes from you know, the album cover that has the same piece on it. So, you know, kind of cool that it replicates that from the Presence album. All right, and then the final thing is this concert poster here. Look at that, it's a huge one. I can barely get it into the shot there. All right, but there you go, some really cool stuff, all on Led Zeppelin, out of this book. I hope you enjoyed it and got something out of it. Like I said, you can pick this thing up still, or at least the newer version of it, because as I said, it came out in 2012, but they did reissue it in March of 2019, so it is out there and you can go get it. I checked, it's on Amazon. I think it's for about 30 bucks. All right, hope you enjoyed this, and if you did, please remember to comment, like, and subscribe. Let me know your thoughts, and hope everyone has a great day. Take care, bye-bye.